Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back at the Pitch Perfect apartment and we're starting on the first floor, which is going to be an open plan kitchen and living room area with a little bit of a dining room in the middle, I think. But the first job is to renovate this piano that's left over from the music school. This is one of many things remaining here from the music school. Although having a vintage piano at home is very cool, having a renovated one would be even cooler. So we've got lots and lots of pieces of the case to do, so we're going to take quite a lot of time to do this one, so we're doing it in little sections. So we're going to do the main case of the piano, so this is like the frame edging by the looks of it, and then all the other pieces are going to come off separate from the case, and we'll do all of those individually. So with a job like this, you've got two choices. You could make lots and lots of different colours on it, or you could make the case one colour and then all the other pieces on it a different colour, so you've got some contrast, or of course you can just do the whole thing in one colour. The original piano appears to mostly be just in one colour. So the back's a little bit darker, but that's because it would have been up against the wall, so it wouldn't have faded as much. Yeah, this job's going to be quite a long one, but now let's see. It was quite a darkish colour, wasn't it? But we used the better on the... Did we use the better on the... Definitely used the better before. It's a slightly darker, richer wood colour, isn't it? More towards the sort of oaky type of colour, isn't it? Oaky, beachy, no, yeah, oaky colour, more an oaky colour, isn't it? So it's not really dark like a mahogany, but it's kind of that mid-range traditional wood colour. You can see the flap that opens, that hides the keys, that's the most faded bit of the piano, but I think it would have originally all have been the same colour. So just under here, I think, yeah, that's another section. So shall we do it all the same colour? I'm tempted to do it all the same colour because I think it originally pretty much was all the same colour. But yeah, it would be interesting to be able to play around with this and maybe do contrasting sections and stuff and just see how it goes. I don't want to risk that on somebody else's job, to be honest, so it would have been nice to be able to do that randomly on our own jobs. If you were doing it for a client, you certainly wouldn't want it to risk it looking really horrendous, would you? But if it's a piece that you're doing for yourself, you can do whatever you want with it and just experiment and see what happens. I really, really hope they add a section where we can have like old pieces like this, and then we can do them lots of different colours to put into our own builds and things later on. That would be a really cool expansion, I think, personally. What do you guys think? Is that something you would like? And then we can go completely wild and try lots of different crazy things with bits, can't we? Oh, that's looking so much better. Look at the contrast between the bits that still need to be done and the pieces we've already done. That's brilliant. So do we have to do each of the little panels separately? So we're going to have 3 of those separately, aren't we? Yeah, top left, top right, yeah. Top middle, yeah, so we're doing them all separately. So you could make them all different colours, though. To be honest, I don't think you make all 3 different colours, but you could make the middle panel and the 2 side panels either the same colour in contrast to the rest of the piano, or you could make the middle panel one colour and the 2 side panels with a little bit of decoration a different colour as well. But for the client's job, I'm going to keep it all uniform because the original piano looks like being the same colour. So we've just got 1 panel and 1 leg left. Now you can see the contrast between the 2 panels there. Huge difference once it's just redone, isn't it? Maybe have to do the front part of those panels. That's interesting. Of course, it's inside, isn't it? You don't see it, so. And this is the final piece, so our piano is just about done. Now, where are we going to keep the piano? Oh my god, the music there. We even got it tuned. There we go, it looks lovely. Where are we going to keep that? We're obviously keeping it, so where are we going to keep it? We've also got the gramophone record player thing as well, so we're going to keep a few of the like traditional older pieces from the music school. But, once we get more of the furniture and stuff in, we'll be able to start moving things around, and then we'll know where we want everything to go. Right, so the NYX Snowy Marble, I think we're going to make it with the painting at the top, and I think we'll make the kitchen near the entrance where you come in at the top of the stairs, because that section's completely clear, and we've got a fireplace at the other end of the room, so it makes sense to have the seating area near the fireplace. So we'll kind of lead across the room with the kitchen at the beginning of the room, and then the dining area, and then the living room relaxing area, and we'll probably move the piano down that end near the relaxing area, to be honest, but we'll start putting a bit more of the items in first, and then we'll see where it's going to fit best, depending on what the balance of the pieces of furniture and stuff is. Right, so it's I wonder how far along do we need to go. Say we want 25, but do we really want to go 25 all the way along this wall? I think that maybe that would be a little bit too far, so maybe we'll go down the side wall. Or do we? How far along is that going to be if we keep going? Do you know what, I'm going to put all 20... yeah, let's see how far it goes if we just put it in one strip. Because I think trying to put it around the windows is just going to make it more complicated. How far is that? And then if we use the white paint everywhere else, it just makes so much more sense to have this not be tiled around the windows. So maybe they were thinking we'd bring it across at least to the first window or something. I'm not sure what they were thinking when they... It'd be really cool to know what the designers were thinking we would do with the job. I'd really like that actually, to be able to, once you've done it yourself, be able to see and tour the house the way the designers of the game thought it was going to be done, and then see the difference between the way you did it and the way they thought it was going to get done. That would be quite interesting actually. But of course we could always come back and redo the job and do it completely differently ourselves and just mess around with it. Because I think you can replay them at any time that you want, so if we're not happy with it, or you thought, oh maybe I could do it a different way, we can come back and do it, and that way we can play again with the renovation projects, because I think they're only available in the actual job scenarios for the clients, so that's the only way to come back and redo the renovation pieces as well. So we could come back and do that and just muck around with it and have a bit of fun with it if we've like got a bit of time and like, ooh, I wonder if I'd done that instead. So there we go. So yeah, very, very modern up on this floor. So very traditional on the ground floor where you come in. Very, very traditional, much more in keeping with the period where the house was built. And then this floor, look, is going to be a lot more modern with all the white walls and the tiles and the... I'm assuming it's going to be modern cabinets and stuff. So yeah, much more modern feel up here. So again, I kind of think it keeps with the house and with the client, because he's kind of a business guy who probably wines and dines clients and entertains people a lot for his job. So the downstairs, keeping with the period of the house, uses that as a entertainment business meeting traditional sort of space, and then up here it's his personal, private, relaxing, modern, get away from it all sort of space. I kind of like the vibe of this building and this job as we go at the moment. Right, so painting along here might be a little bit more awkward because the further down the stairs we get, the harder it's going to be to reach, so we might have to do the rest from on the stairs higher up to be able to access the rest of the panels properly. Or we can reach it from the balcony, that's even better, that makes it simpler. I'm kind of hoping we can complete this floor in this episode and then go on to the top floor, which is the final floor in the next one. Right, so then we can reach the rest of it, look, from the stairs on this side here. And keep going along with our nice relaxing painting. Make everything fresh and bright. We've got lots of nice big windows at both sides of the room to let in lots of light, and then the white will reflect the light and make it a lot brighter in here, won't it? The only disadvantage there is to this particular house is there's no garden, but because he's a busy businessman he hasn't really got time to deal with the garden, so he's really happy to not have a garden and to just have a beautiful home. And to get such a big house in the middle of the city, probably was the only way to do it was rescuing the old music school. Anything else of this size would probably have been prohibitively expensive, so he's gone and got himself a nice bargain and a character building inside the city itself. Right, so they're saying we need less than 4 panels, so there, we've completed them. We've still got a few left. We are going to complete paint the rest of it in white. Let's move this down. And we can keep painting now. So yes, they've given us quite a lot of leeway with the tiling and the painting, so that you can choose to add a little bit of extra paint or a little bit of extra tile. So if you did want to go along the far wall with the tile instead of the paint, you can do that and still get enough painting done to satisfy both of the requirements for the walls. I like the fact that we're given a little bit more leeway now, rather than trying to figure out exactly which section they thought needed to be tile and which piece needed to be paint, because there was only just enough. Now we've got a lot more leeway on the pieces and the way we put it together. Yeah, we're nearly done. Very bright and light now up here. Don't forget the bits above the windows. The game now will allow you to mist around inside the alcoves for the windows, but it just doesn't look finished if you don't paint them, so I'm definitely going to be trying to paint all of them still. But if you get a job where it's already painted inside the sills there, where we're painting now, you don't necessarily have to paint over it. You can leave that if you like now, because that's not counted as part of the requirement anymore. But we can see some greenery over in that direction. Some more kind of character buildings across the road. Nearly done. Let's try and empty the one paint can first. I'll probably take the spare paint can upstairs in case we need white up there. Yeah, so we're about done there, aren't we? I think we've not missed anything, have we? Double check, we've not missed. Yeah, I don't think we have. Then we'll sell the empty can. And we'll take the almost full one upstairs in case we need more white paint up there. I might be painting the corridor white. We'll see. And we've got the paint ready in case we do. Right, so how are we doing? Did we... There is a little bit of dirt somewhere. Can we track down where it is? It just keeps popping up on the map when we're around places. I don't think it is here, is it? Where is it then? No, it's not in this one. So where is it? Is it back on a wall, or... Where is that little bit of dirt? See, it pops up here like it's Oh, there we go. It was on the panelling on the side. There we go. Good, good, good. That's completed that properly now. So we've kept a traditional bowl of fruit type still life painting, and we've kept the piano, the gramophone and the fireplace, and that's about it up here now. So we've got quite a lot of pieces of furniture up here. Right, so they want the Marv Dark Standing Set C, 3 metres long, so that's got the sink in it. And then what else have we got for the kitchen then? Let's try and do it in sections. So this is the Marv Dark Standing Set E3, and that's got a cooker in it. Right, so we've got one standing set with cookers, a double cooker, and then one standing set with the sink. So do we like make one up against the wall and then the other one as like an island? I think I prefer the cooker to not be where the island is. So if we pop this nicely into the corner, and we've got the snowy white counter which matches the tiles, and then we've got the dark front which is part of the sort of modern vibe. So we've got the white walls and the dark black units. I kind of like that idea now. If we rotate that now, should we put it in the gap between the windows? Let's put that down there, and then let's see how much space have we got. Oh no, that's not enough space. That needs to come further forward. It would be nice to be able to sort of place it between the windows, but that doesn't give us enough space. I think it's going to have to be kind of be partially level with the window. We'll give it a little gap away from the window. This is going to need to be further along. It could go in the corner there, maybe. Not sure where that's going to go. I feel like that ought to be on a table, the gramophone. We'll see what the pieces of furniture we get later. Let's start with the kitchen and see what else we've got. So an Emika fridge. So we'll pop that on the end here. So we'll get that sort of metallic-y grey to match our modern theme with white, black and grey. Is there anything else for the kitchen? Hanging units. Set J, the hanging units. Now, will that fit? I think it will, which is just a matter of deciding how high up it should go. And that, of course, has got a vent for the fans for the cookers, so we were right to put the cooker against the wall. If we'd have done it the other way around, we'd have had to move it then. Worked out well. Quite a few paintings. Sofas and tables for our seating area. It's that modern epoxy table. Or is that a dining table? Oh, is that the dining table? Okay, not the... wonder if we've got a matching one of that for the... oh no, it's one of the square tables for the coffee table. Right, so the Nolina leather chairs. I think black's probably going to be a good match for our modern theme. And we want, what, 4? Yeah, 4 Nolina leather dining chairs. So... maybe the brown wood on the epoxy table wasn't the best choice, but then it kind of matches the piano, so it's kind of tying into the old piece that's in here as well. You could have gone black, couldn't you? Because you could have gone a black epoxy table with the white epoxy stripes or something. That might have been quite nice as well. Clifford nightstand. Oh, is that to put the gramophone on? Yes, so we'll match that colour-wise to the table then, so we'll start tying things in with the wood, and then we can pop that on. Yeah, that's much nicer to have the gramophone on top of something, and then it's next to the still life picture as well, so we've got that old vibe there in that section as well. So we want 2 of the grey dark coloured sofas. Dark grey? Yeah, dark grey might not be a bad choice. Or you could go brown to tie into the woods, or you can go black to tie into the modern theme like we had with the counters and cabinets in the kitchen area. And we want 2, so we'll go one way, one the other. Oh, we might need to readjust that, because we need to make sure we've got space for access to get through as well, so it'll have to go a little bit closer to leave us a walkway to get through. which means we probably don't want to leave the piano there, but we've got a nice big open section there next to the stairs, so if we put the piano here, make that a feature of this section here. And then we want a little stool, so that'll be to go with the piano, won't it? I haven't really got anything. I kind of really like the red one, but that doesn't match our colour scheme, so the black and white matches our modern colour vibe. So we're mixing and matching the traditional with the modern. So yes, it was the square Lexington coffee table that we saw, yeah. So if we match the wood colour to our other wood pieces, and then we move our other sofa so it's in line with the second one. Much better. And we could move the gramophone and the table it's on next to the piano to kind of keep the music together, but I kind of like it there as a feature piece in the sitting area as well, so I'm going to leave it where it is. Next thing we want, we've got some elven ceiling lamps, and we want 2 of those, so if we put one in each of our grouping areas, so if we put one for the sitting room area, oh no, it's only one for the two of the little lamps and one of the big lamp. How about here in the dining room area? I thought it was 2 of the chandelier things first, but it wasn't. It's 1 chandelier and 2 of the wall lamps. So I've used them as like a little highlight for different sections. And like I said, there's quite a few paintings, isn't there? So maybe one here in this slightly open area. And again, very modern paintings. So we've got 3 more, and they're all the very modern paintings, aren't they? So one will fit quite nicely here. Personally, I would have kind of gone for a mirror above the fireplace, I think. So we've gone for the paintings in the medium size. How about if we move this? So that it's a little bit centred on the fireplace. So we don't have a mirror to go over the fireplace, so that's the only orientation of picture. Because the others are all portrait, and that's the only landscape picture. So, and then we can put another modern one here, so the traditional still life is framed by 2 of the modern paintings, and then the other modern one can maybe go at the top of the stairs here, because we've got a big blank wall here. And that is this living room, kitchen, dining room area completed on this floor. So I think that's turned out really well. So hope you like today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy games!